Alright, my name is Alexander Solis. I'm going to be playing Evil Dead Regeneration. I did have to dust off my old CAPTCHA equipment, which I haven't done in quite some time because I'm playing this on the PlayStation 2. Alright, a couple things about this game. It's Evil Dead Regeneration is based off of a 1981 film called Evil Dead, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Bruce Campbell. Um, Bruce Campbell did come back to reprise this role. This game was made in 2005. Yeah. So, um, as you can see, here is a loading screen. This is of the era where you did have to wait for the disk to buffer information as we were waiting. But it does have a nice little, holdover page to show you like some atmospheric, like parchment paper covered in blood and runes and stuff like that.
The night we found.
Here is our main character reminiscing a little bit of the past.
Inked in blood and bound in human flesh, the book holds the power to resurrect demons and summon the
So
powers of
he's
darkness.
actually recalling the parts of the
Professor
movie
Raymond Noby brought the Necronomicon to this quiet
that are
place
actually
to study the book.
foundational
To
to
unlock
the
its secrets.
story of Evil Dead in general, as well as moving on to the game itself. Basically, just some key points of like
It got into
what
my
the
hand,
evil is,
went
where
back,
it's coming from, and just
got to the others, too, twisted,
things of that nature to
changing.
be able to lay the foundation of what's
It
happening
became
with the game,
something
as well
less
as how he lost his
That's when it
hand.
came to me.
So here we are in a cutscene that is shortly going to turn into gameplay here. There we go.
You know what?
So it gives you a couple directions here, and there are a couple of like really cool things about this game that I really like. So as far as controls go, right now you're able to do a melee attack, you're able to do a ranged attack, and you can definitely take all of your enemies and you can brute force them all to death by using either of those methods. But if you see whenever they're in green, oh yeah, you're able to do a special finishing move that a special finishing move that allows you to be able to do a fun kill, basically, But here it is replicating one of the iconic scenes of the film itself, which is called like the laughing scene, where everybody's just laughing maniacally, and then he basically shoots everything down. But as you can tell, the game itself is a little bit darker in color. And here you've seen a little bit, but later on in the game, you're going to see profuse amounts of blood, like ridiculous amounts of blood. This game is a horror comedy, obviously done in the third person as we're playing right now. I'm currently targeting items one by one to kind of show you the, integrating the directions of the game to be able to, learn based off of what you see in the movie. And then back to some other mechanics as well as just regular old fighting. But the agency of this game actually comes in the form of like the nostalgia of the franchise itself, but also just continuing the game to be able to see all of the ham-fisted jokes that are in this game. This game is absolutely filled to the brim with bits. While Super Mario would have like hidden levels or like secrets scoured all over the place, this game makes up for those kinds of things. Instead of having secrets, they have like hidden jokes all over the place. Like people just, if you look in the background, getting like thrown across a room, or if you interact with something, you'll get absolutely sprayed down with blood. Just absolutely ridiculous things like that. Alright, so here we're actually about to get introduced to a new mechanic of the game. So This right here that's coming at him is known as kind of like the Force or evil itself. It's never actually given a name, or not a name, but it's never given like a visual cue in the movies, so they kind of followed suit to keep that aesthetic in the game. And so here we are, basically kind of consumed by the evil itself, but we're able to keep our own control over ourselves, unlike everybody else, who are basically people who are possessed by evil. So we're basically supercharged. All the damage we do is way more ridiculous, and this will become more prevalent later on in the game. So, talking about the main character, the main character is Ash. Right now is probably one of his most iconic outfit and looks. And I will go over a little bit more of his like characteristics later, because it'll definitely display his personal character better, but I kind of just wanted to go over design. His design is super iconic, as he has a nice blue shirt, as well as like a very obvious, like his hand had been removed because it was consumed by evil, or as he says, it went bad. So he ended up removing it and replacing it with a chainsaw. Yeah, there you go. And there's the end of that. Anyway, yeah, so here we have his iconic blue shirt, leather straps to be able to hold the shotgun. Shotgun is his main weapon in the game as well in the movies. Usually, typically referred to as a boomstick. I don't have a memory card in the slot here, so we just got to keep going on. Here's another loading screen again, just kind of giving you a little bit of background information of where you're going. So it shows you the asylum that we actually are in, telling the story, and as well as the cabin in the woods that we were just fighting in. But so looking over my notes here, one of the things I do want to mention here, because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. From Chris Crawford in The Art of Interactive Design. One of the quotes that stuck with me in the reading, that I had actually mentioned a couple times in the writing assignments, is his quote, "I'm concerned with interactivity that has some blood in its veins, and this game has plenty of blood to spare." So I'm going to let him speak here for a little bit.
Butcher them. You were telling the truth. I thought you were crazy.
Professor Nobi's diary. But how did you...
I bribed a janitor to grab your files from Dr. Reinhardt's office this morning.
Dr. Reinhardt's office? Why would my shrink have Nobi's diary? That doesn't make any sense. Nobi's diary. It was in the cabin right beside the Necronomicon.
I have to get to the authorities before Reinhardt realizes this book is missing.
Hey, I just wanted to say, thanks for believing in me.
Time's up, lady. Gotta go.
You know, I bet you'd be some kind of a knockout if you traded in the granny wear for thigh-high stockings and a bra that pushed up your yams. Yams? Oh, baby smooth, Ashinova.
Display of his characteristics.
What are you up to?
Ash Williams, who's this main character, his personality itself is typically a little rough, but it's done to the point where it's a joke. He's super chauvinistic, almost like that lovable idiot. He's so dopey and dumb that it's difficult to not fall in love with him. He's kind of like macho to the max, you know, in a very similar like Tony Stark kind
craftsmanship. So diabolically beautiful.
His his shrink.
Necronomicon ex mortis. Fate brought you to me, but it is destiny and my own brilliance that will allow us to reshape the world.
The sidekick himself is actually played by Ted Raimi.
To release the power of the dead!
Are you talking to me, Doc?
In a
Or
very,
is this another one of your crazy mad
very
scientist rants?
roundabout way, his
Even
position
your
in this
sarcasm
game is
can't
to
ruin my
literally
mood today.
be kicked
In fact,
around
I should be thanking you.
by,
You proved that a living
Ash,
being
the main
could experience the power of this amazing book
That's
without
kind of the
succumbing to
way
its
that
evil.
Sam Raimi
I'm just sorry that my
wanted
experiments
it.
on you proved
Sam
fatal.
Raimi is the director of the film.
Panda! Mistrata! Hatun! Hazan Sova! Ergretz! Gar! Nosferatus! Mamantos! Kanda! Something not right! Ruby's diary! Nein!
Particular thing, that's was told what they were kind of looking for. They didn't give them very many details other than the book, the Necronomicon, is...
Well, ain't this a kick in the pants?
It is written in human blood. So that's kind of the direction that they went for. The pages, it's kind of like where the runes are.
I gotta get out of here.
Now, whenever they had gotten the art back from the artist, one of the things that they didn't tell them is that the blue shirt that he had on was just the shirt that he happened to be wearing that day. But the artist ended up drawing the edition of the character with a blue shirt, so that he ended up stuck with this blue shirt up to his I've seen it. But yeah. So he ended up permanently wearing this iconic blue shirt because of an actual mistake and miscommunication with the artist who was doing the art for the Necronomicon itself. Do forgive me. As I'm going through this game. It's been a long while, and you'll see me working around it here a little bit more.
Let's see if these freaks are still
the
allergic to
controls of the
lead.
camera are a little bit wonky for me. You know, it's since I've played this. There's that
I need to
lovely,
figure out how to get this
triangular
open.
button kill shot. Bam. So that's pretty much all the information that you'll need about the protagonist of it. Now I kind of wanted to go over the antagonist. The antagonist is, as they've already showed him, in this particular portion of it, is going to be the evil doctor who's currently creating some science experiments using Necronomicon as a tool. Now, coming up,
we will not take crap from you.
you might not see it here, but the main antagonist is actually not the doctor himself, but the main antagonist is more or less the book, or the force of evil itself. The book is called the Necronomicon, and the evil force that comes with it, or the people who get possessed by the evil force, are called the Deadites. Again, these are all things like themes and stuff that are created from the movie itself. In many ways, Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm actually supposed to do. And I lost my train of thought. The evil itself is the force that you kind of see like wandering around, and we'll see that force a couple of times here in the hospital as well. Yeah. Here you see him without his shotgun. So his arm is currently bandaged up because it doesn't have the chainsaw with it, and he cut off his arm.
Tramadol, tranquilizers, or maybe even make a new friend. And remember,
so here's how you kind of get health from the game. You'll have these
it's just
health
a
packs
piece
kind of spread
away.
around the hospital. You shoot them and then you get health from it. So again, like every so often, to be able to kind of keep the lighthearted humor of this. Oh, there you go. To be able to keep the lighthearted humor of it, they're constantly going to be throwing jokes and jabs all over the place. There will even be times where, there'll even be times where you'll go through a whole sequence for a joke and might not even get hurt, but they'll do it just because it's funny to them. This is really like. So here are the cameras. Nothing's been dead up until you look at this camera and this person comes to life. Now, this person completely never actually has to come alive as long as you never look at the camera. So that's, again, like the way that they decide to do their jokes and their secrets is by doing little things like that.
The
Necronomicon has already won.
So, this game also does have a mechanic of moving in a direction that it wants you to go at, and I'll show you that here in a second. And then, yeah, so it literally just locks the door, boards it up, and I guess that's just the evil entity steering you, where the plot is happening. Sometimes when you walk through a door to make sure, oh, there we go. Make sure you don't go backwards, is they'll so all of these you actually have some same possessed by coming up, there are going to be some parts. There's like a scene, I think, where you shoot some furniture that make the gunslinging a little lot more fun.
Busted. Alright, that won't work. The elevator up to the main antagonist or the main protagonist, and just absolutely just obliterates that person.
Hey!
Huh? What the?
Basically ammunition. Always have bullets in the gun right now, to where you but in general, gas. A little bit unrealistic, but I guess that's part of the slapstick nature of these. Same thing with the movies. It never seems to run out of gas unless it's for the butt end of a joke.
I need to cut my medication. Or double it.
Alright, now that I have killed all the furniture, just take a look around. Here's some opportunity for some jokes as well.
Oh, I needed that.
I'm pretty sure this is the plot direction, but there are a couple other things you can do to kind of trigger another joke.
I gotta quit stalling. Holy.
Yeah, he's, oh. And there you go. Blood aplenty. Just a man just got flushed down. Man, this game is huge on its quips, as well as the movies themselves. Ash Williams is full of one-liners. That's all he mostly just speaks, nothing but one-liners. Please excuse me.
Achtung, patients! Yesterday's Shock Therapy and View Seminar was a jolting success. Danke to all who participated. And remember, there is no I in insanity.
Whoa.
This game's narrative definitely set up as boss fight or some variation of it, and then what will end up happening is it'll trigger a cutscene, and then those cutscenes will eventually lead into
All
the next
patients
section.
are expected to service their own defense. We will not take crap from you.
Flashback portion of the beginning. To
Good
kinda
for
give
nothing,
you a
busted piece of
clue
junk.
How to play the basic mechanics of the game, and then it did the cutscene with the girl.
This is crazy. Even for a nut house. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
So here we have another part of the game with the mechanic that we haven't really utilized too much, and that's a lot of this part is well, yeah, continue from last save. So I believe that's actually going to be it for me then, which is probably the best. So yeah, I just wanted to show this game a little bit. So I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.